Hickok 45 here. You know, things are just feeling pretty easy today. Thank you. Oh, no more ammo. Oh, what a great mover that would have been. That's why you want a lot of capacity, I guess, right? And that's kind of a theme for today. So look at all these, oh, look at them all wet. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Shield EZ, got all wet, probably won't fire. So we have a little bit of a comparison today. We have the 30 Super Carry, we have the 9mm, and we have the 380 Shield. Same firearm. How's that for pretty cool? Little clones of each other. And so I'm so sorry. I got I don't even know what flavor that was. It was. Should I taste it? I think I dare do. It was all faded from being out in the sun. Could be that all the corn syrup fructose is out of it. You reckon? Might be more healthy now. Anyway, so we got 3 shields here. Lots of protection, lots of shields. Now, but before I start, you know, look at the tape on there. What is that all about? The shield, as you've heard me before, we have videos on the 9 and the 380 and the shield, and this is the EZ version, you know, the Shield EZ, okay? And it has that safety on the back, grip safety, all right? Now, I have a problem. This is a big hand problem, small brain, big hand problem. This one I didn't put tape on. I figure I might not shoot it as much, the 380, but my size of my hand, I so often, and y'all saw this in the Sunday shoot around video recently where I was having trouble. I don't know what was wrong with the gun. It's me. It just is not always depressed because my hand is so large. So personally, I would never buy an EZ to carry because it would get me killed. It's dangerous for me to carry because it's not going to, I'm going to get surprised and it's not going to fire because I don't have the right grip on it. So I don't like that at all. But for most people, you normal sized people, it's not a problem. As you know, it's very popular, easier to rack. We're not going to rehash all that, but on the EZ, you know, if you're new and you're not even familiar with it, I'll link to our videos on the EZ shields. We've got 2 of them at least. And it's easier to rack, you know, because of the mechanism and the safety and everything. That's the reason it's on it, not on the other shields. But it is, if you have weak hands, you have arthritis, you just want something that's not so hard to rack the slide on. The mags are pretty easy to reload and everything else. So it is a nice pistol, okay? It's just that it's not meant for me. Yeah, big old me. Big old dumb me. So what I did in the interest of the comparison, because I want to get a really good feel. I've done a little of it, and I need to do more, okay, for you and me, shooting the 30 Super Carry and the 9mm. And I like to do it this way. You just load them both, shoot one, shoot the other, and kind of let you know what it feels like to me and how they shoot. And if I'm having trouble with that, it's no fun. Okay, so I taped them down. You wouldn't want to maybe do that if it was your carry gun. I won't argue with that, but as far as on the range, I'm doing it. Okay, so yeah, here we go. So I should have been loading this mag back up. So the 30 Super Carry, you may know more about than I do. I'm not an expert. I'm not an ammo tester, a ballistician like 10 Outdoors 9 or anything like that. But it's I think it's what is it, nominal 312. It's like a 31 caliber, basically, I guess. And then so it's smaller than a 9mm, which is what, 3.355, 356, something like that. And you get down to the exact size, and you've seen all the hype and some of the infomercials and just everything probably on it. And Federal, as they say, has set out to kind of bridge the gap between the 380 and the 9mm, that there's a space in there. They thought there was a place for another cartridge, and that's what they did basically. But then they were pleased, as they state, to discover, I'm sure it was a total surprise, but that the cartridge performs more like the 9 in terms of muzzle energy, the ballistics, the effectiveness, the expansion of the hollow points and everything. So it's much closer to a 9. In fact, there's just not a lot of difference based on their research and testing and everything. And I did this when I first got these. I came out and I shot a mag or two from the 9 and the 380, or the, not the 380, the 30 Super Carry. No, let me misspeak now. And my initial impression was I was expecting this to be more like a 380 and feel more like that, but for whatever reason. But I really couldn't tell any difference. Just, it was cold and I was shooting them both. I don't know, they feel the same to me. I'll have to shoot them some more. And so I'm still not sure. But so I can believe that in the way they're hitting the steel, you can judge today what you think. It felt kind of similar, you know, in terms of how hard it was hitting. You get a little lighter bullet, 100 grains, but you have about 100 feet per second more velocity, I think, is the way it goes. So anyway, let's shoot them some. All right, that's what I want to do mainly, is just compare, give you my impressions of them. And I gotta be careful and think here, make sure I don't put the wrong ammo in the right gun. The right ammo in the wrong gun. So 9mm, okay. So what I'll do is, as I often do when we're doing this, I'll go ahead and put one in the chamber, lay it there safely, point it down range. Okay, so this is the 30 Super Carry. Yep. All right, this is for me as much as you. All right. So 3 with the Super Carry, 3 with the 9. Okay, let's shoot 3 more with the 9. And try and get a feel for how the sight jumps. And okay. How about that little disc down there? Okay. It's out of ammo, but yeah, I don't know, I have to do it again. All right, let's do that again while it's all fresh on my mind. I think this time I'm going to 30 Super Carry, use the right ammo. We have a video on that. Use the right ammo. 9mm, going into a 9mm. All right. I think this time I'm just going to empty them. Get a feel. I might even come out of the holster. 30 Super Carry. All right. I've got a zombie that doesn't want to go down. Okay. Well, that's fresh on my mind. Let's put this one in there. Got another zombie that doesn't want to go down. Okay. All right, here's my conclusion. It's very distinctive. It's without a doubt, one of them is way different. Now, I tell you what, I'm not seeing a lot of difference. I'm not feeling a lot of difference, just recoil impulse and jumpiness or that kind of thing. So I'm gonna have to do a little more of that. Before I do though, let me remind you, we are really appreciative of everybody that helps us. I think I mentioned, I didn't, Ballistics, Talon Grips, SilencerCentral.com. Really appreciate your all support of the people that support us. Let me shoot the 380. Now there's a caveat here with the 380 because, why? You already know, many of you, right? Why? It's gonna feel different. Let me come out of the holster again while I do all the holster. All right, there's a third zombie. I'll be darned. What the heck? Okay. Less recoil impulse. Why? Well, it's a 380 for one thing. Okay, not as much power, not as much velocity, even though it's what, a 95 grain bullet. It's almost the same weight as the Super Carry, and that tells you a lot that that this is has more power. It's a high pressure cartridge. There is more power in it because this 380 felt a lot lighter to shoot, a lot less recoil and impulse. And guess what? The firearm is 3 ounces lighter than these two. Now, this is a different firearm. So in a way, we're comparing apples to oranges. See, it's a thinner slide. If you look them up, they're about 3 ounces less. The shields, the other bigger shields are like 21.6 ounces or something. And this is like 18.5 or something like that. So we're talking 3 ounces difference. And I would not have been surprised. Those were the first shots I fired in this gun. Let's fire some more. The first shots I had, no, it's not yet. I had not fired it yet. Fresh from buds. And I really expected maybe to be kind of similar, lighter round, lighter power, but it's got a fairly, a lighter slide, and it, it might equal it out, cancel that out. But no, it's less recoil. Okay, less recoil. These two babies here, not a lot of difference. So really comes down to capacity. That's one of the big differences. Is if you're not familiar at all, you've not seen any of the literature on this thing since it came out. You got basically the same magazine, right? But you get 2 extra rounds with the super carry, right? And that's part of the claim to fame. I mean, maybe the main claim to fame, because ballistically, they're apparently, based on Federal's research on all their ballistics research and everything, there's not much difference. The foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle, and everything. There's a little more velocity with this. It's a little bit lighter bullet, but it's more velocity. So you're talking about almost the same energy, it's just a little bit less. I think they compare really favorably with, say, this 100-grain bullet with a 9mm 115 grain, unless it's plus P. If it's not plus P, I think I read that they're getting like the same numbers basically. So we get kind of a non-plus P, a 9mm in terms of power factor and all that, and then the expansion, based on what I saw, was like almost the same, very, very close to the 9. And you got to have expansion with this, of course, because it's a smaller bullet. So anyway, high pressure, faster. Again, this is 1250 feet per second, basically, with that one. I think the 115 grain, which is the other weight in the 30 Super Carry, I believe it's like 1150, something like that, in muzzle velocity. And one thing I read I thought was interesting, I wish all ammo was like that. The American Eagle range ammo in the 30 Super Carry is the same velocity as the HST, the carry ammo. I don't have any of that, but same velocity. So you get the same impact and muzzle feel and all the stuff I'm kind of experimenting with here. So I always like that. That's one of my goals, is to, whenever I do my own hand loading, for like back I used to load a lot of 45 ACP, I wanted that round to feel just like whatever it was I was carrying in that 45 ACP, which I used to carry over decades, all that. No, my name is not Jeff Cooper. So let's do a little more of that. Anything else about it? You can look up any of the facts on this. I just thought it'd be cool to do a little comparison and not just come out and throw some 30 Super Carry range down range, and because I'm not sure what I would learn from that necessarily. I am surprised. It feels very much like the 9. Let's see. Now I'm shooting 124 grain 9, not 115 grain. And I could, I could do is put this is 100. This is some punch carry ammo. Let's load one up of that. This might be a little different. I might, because this is, probably. It doesn't say plus P, but it's carry ammo. Okay, I'll load one with that. 9mm, we'll compare. And maybe I'll see a little, more obvious difference or more perceptible in terms of the recoil impulse. But anyway, sports fans, that the bottom line is there's just not a lot of difference in the feel, to me at least. Others may, 9mm, wrong mag. You saw what happened there. There you go, just for your information. If you're loading into the wrong magazine, 9mm magazine with 30 Super Carry, it's not going to stay, so you're not going to make that mistake really for very long, are you? Unless you're even denser than I am. You're going to realize it's the wrong magazine. And that tells you what else. Come on. Yeah, these mags are not interchangeable. That's why it says 30 Super Carry on this mag and 9mm on the other. All right, so let's get them in the correct firearm. Okay. Yeah, this is so much better taping that down. It's not even a concern. I don't have to think about it. I don't like to think about things too much. So that's great. Okay. Not recommending you do that with yours. It is a safety. Okay. So 30 Super Carry. Let's do a little. Let's do I don't know, 3 or 4 rounds with each one here. Okay, 30 Super Carry. Let's put a round in the chamber. Okay, 9mm. Okay, Super Carry. 9mm. Okay, I can tell a little difference there. Not enough to write home about or to, I don't know, that's got a lot of kick, you know. I think I'll stick with the Super Carry or about one over the other, but I can tell a little difference there, okay, with the carry ammo. Because the 9mm range ammo is great, and we shoot a lot of it with the Federal American Eagle, but it's not quite as warm as that. I don't know what it says on the box, but it seems a little warmer. 1150. Oh, it's no wonder. The 1250. Let's see, where's the 9mm box? There's one. Let's see what we're talking about. Well, it says 1150 on both of them, so I don't know. But my perception was that this felt a little warmer. Okay, it really did to me. Okay, so what else about it? I'll shoot a little bit more and let you. I know what let's do. Let's shoot a 380, because some of you might be thinking, well, I love my 380. You know, it doesn't have a lot of recoil, and maybe I do want to look at this Super Carry. A little more power. It is an EZ, shield, easy to manipulate and everything, and I get a couple extra rounds in. So maybe I want to at least consider it. So again, the 30 Super Carry shield is full size, basically. It's like the 9, heavier. But you got these 2 extra rounds. Holds 12? Yeah, 12 rounds. Whereas the 9 holds 10, 9mm version. Or am I telling you right, or is it 8 and 10? Or no, it's 8 and 10 and not 10 and 12. Yeah, I'm thinking of a 1911, yeah. So I misspoke there. I lied to you. The 9mm shield holds a 9mm 8 rounds, okay, with a flush mag. The 30 Super Carry holds 10, all right? So let's see the difference here. All right, so. All right, we're back. John had a little coughing fit. Too much smoking. Actually, that's not it. Okay, so we also take the opportunity to load some magazines here as we wrap it up. I want to, I was about to show the difference between 30 Super Carry, at least to myself, as well as to you all maybe. Okay, 30 Super Carry and the 380. Let's find it. There's a 380. There's some 380 ammo. All right, boy, this is really easy to mix up. Okay. All right, I got these. I'm going to shoot a little bit before I let you go. A little more comparison. Okay, so this is the Super Carry. Remember, it's a little bigger, heavier gun than the 380, but we'll see what the difference is here. I got targets I haven't plowed into. We haven't shot the gong. Let's hit it with a 30 Super Carry. I got my ears in? Yeah. Now you can tell it gets there faster, can't you? All right, Mr. 2-liter, Kentucky 2-liter. And this guy, I'm messing around here and missing. Okay, 380. We got hot, so Let's go on out to the gong. Same feel and everything. Yeah, nice. Definitely softer shooting, easier to shoot. Okay, if you have a 380 Shield EZ, you don't want any more recoil than that. Yeah, stick with it. My recommendation. Okay, you get a little bit more with the 30 Super Carry. Again, it's more like the 9. So, that is a sweet shooting little gun. Feels very, very soft. So, loaded up some 9 here to get the right mags. 9, and we got the Super Carry mag in here. I'll load that one and we'll shoot these 4 mags, and I'm sorry, that's all I can tell you. Okay, my impressions. So you know, I don't know what is your impression yet of this. My impression is I'm always up for a little more capacity. You know, that's why we all got excited about the SIG P365 when it came out, the Hellcat and all those micro 9s that have come out. I mean, you know, what else is it? It's the capacity is what we find so impressive. They're all nice little guns, but we had the Glock 43, we had other single stack 9s, and those things have taken the world. And the biggest difference really between those and their single stack brethren our capacity. So we can't act like capacity doesn't matter to us, even though we do, you know, get pretty macho about it. If you can't handle things with 5 or 6 rounds, you need to stay home, you know. But capacity is comforting. So again, I think that's probably it's one of the most obvious differences and advantages, if you see that as an advantage, you know, to the 30 Super Carry, where you're not giving up much, if anything, in effectiveness apparently. So the capacity to me is a big factor as I go forward, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to be getting a Shield EZ because of my hand size, but if the P365 came out next week and in it, or some other firearm, especially that I don't have yet, that's a really cool, attractive micro 9, that wouldn't be a micro 9, would it be a micro 30? Then, you know, I might think about it because of the capacity. 2 more bullets, I don't know. I've always liked as many rounds as I can get in a gun and not have big extended magazines and carrying extra mags and all that kind of thing. Anyway, it's always been attractive to me, so I don't know, that's just me. So let's shoot them both again and see if I've changed my mind. That's the 30 Super Carry, right? It says right on it. That's the 3080. This is the 9mm. Let's find a 9mm magazine. Here they are. Good thing I can read. I can keep all this straight. There's another Super Carry mag. There's a 9 mag. So let's take a few more shots, get the last impressions here. Let's shoot this paper with a couple. Nice and hot. All right, that was 9mm. Let's do a little plinking with this one. Let's shoot the paper a couple times. You see, it knocks those arms around pretty well. Yeah, not a 45, but had to hit them, unfortunately. Cowboy. Okay, the more I'm shooting, I'm feeling this a little snappier, but not interpreted. It's not like comparing a 40 caliber to a 9mm, because those are really, there's a big difference in how snappy they are. Yeah, the slide is a little quicker. That makes sense. Just a tad, but not a problem. Let me do that again. Maybe that was the order was better. Let's shoot the 9 first. Do we have 9mm? We do. Now Super Carry. maybe a little faster slide. Maybe it doesn't come up as much. I know the 9 is a little bit more of a push. Kind of the difference between like a 40 and a 45. You get a push on a 45. So a little quicker reaction on it, but just not much to matter. Not enough to matter that I can see. So just a matter of which you would prefer. So interesting to me. I got a better feel for it. Should I need to buy another firearm? One of these lower capacity firearms that you're talking about in the 8 or 10 round vicinity. And maybe Glock will come out with a Glock 17 in it. And you'd have, maybe instead of 17 rounds in a mag, flush mag, you have 20 or 21. That'd be interesting. I don't know who all will come out with rounds or guns chambered for it or not. But anyway, that's just an initial look from us on it, and I'm sure more firearms will be chambered in it. And I just wanted to show you, give you our impressions of it. 9mm, I don't think it's something people are going to be running to trade in their 9mm necessarily, unless the extra capacity is just really of utmost importance to you. Maybe that's the case. But new shooters, especially new gun owners who haven't bought any of all these guns that maybe you and I have, they will have more of an open season on starting fresh with whatever caliber they want, I guess. So 30 super carry, 380, 9mm, all nice calibers, nice chambering. We all obsess too much really over ballistics and over the size of the bullet, I think. You've heard me talk about that a lot. There's so many more factors keep you alive with a defensive firearm, and awareness, and about 90 other things that we could all mention that will keep you protected and safe, more so than 1mm in a bullet or 100 feet per second in a bullet, and those kinds of things, or even having one extra bullet maybe, but still it's kind of a why not. If you're going to be carrying a pistol, or you have one around for defensive purposes, just like nothing wrong with having more ammo, especially the same size firearm, if you can get a good bullet. So anyway, I don't know, that's kind of my take on it for now. Not a lot of difference in terms of the feel. If you shoot a 9 well, if you shoot a Shield well, 9mm, you'll shoot this well, and there's nothing to hate on either one, or the 380. So I don't know if that helped at all, but anyway, I had fun doing it. Got to shoot some interesting ammo and firearms. Life is good.
Tired. It's a long walk from where I had to shoot that. Oh man. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. Since you're here, I want to let you know about our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistics. TalonGunGrips.com. Check out everything they have over there. You can get lots of different grips, the stick-on grip textures for your handguns and rifle grips, so go check them out. Also Ballistics, they're a firearms lubricant or anything else you might need lubricating. It's water soluble and non-toxic. Been using it on the compound and cleaning all of our guns. It's a cleaner and a lube for over 10 years. So Ballistics, Talon Grips, definitely check both of those companies out. And also, while you're on the internet, don't forget to go to Hickok45.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Hickok45, Twitter, Hickok45, Instagram, The Real Hickok45, and also I have an Instagram page where I post behind the scenes stuff and different things like that. John, JOHN_HICKOK45 on Instagram. And the next thing you have to do is watch more videos.